Picture a quiet winter night. A small wooden stable sits under cold, brilliant stars, where a mother cradles her newborn, while three majestic figures kneel. We have seen this image on countless holiday cards. But what if the reality of this ancient story is far more politically dangerous than we think? The ancient texts reveal a different story. These travelers were not kings. They were not three. And they did not arrive on the night of the birth. Deep in the ruins of Babylon, archaeologists unearthed a dusty clay tablet covered in cuneiform writing, preserving precise ancient astronomical calculations. These ancient stargazers were tracking a rare, spectacular dance of the planets that occurred years before our modern calendars mark the birth of Jesus. Their sudden arrival in Jerusalem threw a powerful king into a paranoid rage. To understand this, we must look at the palace of King Herod. King Herod governed by fear, securing his crown through Roman lobbying. He was legendary for his paranoia, executing his own wife and sons. Then, a large, influential delegation from the east arrives at the city gates, representing a powerful foreign empire and demanding immediate attention. They ask a single, explosive question: where is the one-born king of the Jews? Herod realizes this is a major diplomatic crisis. Herod quickly gathers his court advisors, demanding to know where the Messiah will be born. The chief priests point to Bethlehem. Herod meets secretly with the scholars, but they are warned in a dream to avoid him, slipping away quietly by a different route. When Herod realizes he has been outwitted, his fear turns to rage. He orders his soldiers to kill every male child under 2 in Bethlehem. This brutal tragedy reveals the harsh reality of the world. The air in Bethlehem is filled with the weeping of mothers. To understand this explosion, we must look at the word Magi. In Persia, they were not simple magicians, but elite priest astronomers. How did they know to look for a Jewish king? Centuries earlier, a brilliant young captive named Daniel became chief of Babylon's wise men. Daniel wrote detailed prophecies about the coming Messiah. These records were preserved and studied by the Eastern scholars for generations. When they observed an unusual sign in the night sky, they turned to Daniel's ancient scrolls, realizing the promised king had arrived. If you are enjoying this look into real history, please subscribe. Share your thoughts in the comments below about these ancient scholars. In the original Greek, the writer uses paidion, meaning a toddler, rather than briefos, which refers to a newborn wrapped in cloths. By the time the Magi arrived, the family was living in a normal house in Bethlehem, not a temporary shelter with farm animals. Herod's decree to kill children under 2 proves the star had been visible for a long time, and the family had lived there for months. Traveling from Mesopotamia to Judea was a grueling, month-long endeavor across hundreds of miles of scorching deserts and dangerous mountain passes. Instead of a grand palace, the star led them to a simple clay brick home. Yet, these elite scholars did not hesitate. They presented gold for royalty, frankincense for divinity, and myrrh, a costly spice that pointed toward the sacrifice the child would make. These valuable gifts funded the family's sudden escape to Egypt, keeping the child safe from Herod's marching soldiers. The Greek word aster could mean a star, comet, or planetary alignment. The heavens were a moving map of signs. As Earth passes a slower planet, it appears to pause and reverse. This retrograde motion made the star appear to stand still over Bethlehem. The Star Almanac Babylon records a rare triple conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn in 7 BCE, creating a brilliant, lingering light. Jupiter meant a great king, Saturn represented Judea. Pisces symbolized the Jews. The message to these scholars was unmistakable. The scholars stepped through the low doorway of the modest house. There is only a young mother, a working-class father, and a small toddler. These powerful, wealthy men dropped to their knees in the dust, pouring out their treasures in a moment of pure, silent wonder. Their example challenges us to rethink greatness. Wisdom requires the humility to look past outward appearances and honor what is truly valuable. They were Persian kingmakers, not kings. They arrived months later at a house, and their star was a real, calculated cosmic alignment. Which details surprised you most? Share your thoughts below. Keep looking up, and let the stars remind you that truth is worth the search.